Hey guys, CryptoDad here again, and Ledger has just released a new update for the Ledger Live software for managing your cryptocurrency on the Ledger device. So let's take a look at these new features. Okay, so when you launch Ledger Live and you're in the portfolio section, you should see a blue bar here at the top that tells you that there's an update available. So let's click install now. All right, so when the update finishes, it should give you the option to run Ledger Live. Let's click. All right, let's take a look at the new features. That was kind of caught me by surprise that Tron is available in Ledger Live. I was expecting something with ERC20 tokens, but that's second on the list here. We can hide the ERC20 tokens that we don't want to see. And our main culprit there is the Kick token, which is, I guess, the world's first spam token. They figured out a way to make it unmovable, right? So they give you all these Kick tokens and then tell you they're worth such and such amount, and but you can't move them unless you sign up for their service and surrender all your personal information. And so everyone knew that it was a scam. Oh. All right, so that's the feature I really wanted to try out. When they released 2.0, they were not showing the value of Kick tokens anymore. At least that was helping with the false portfolio totals, because they were valuing in Kick tokens, which were basically worthless. But we still saw them. All right. But now it looks like we'll be able to hide them. But let's check out Tron too while we're here, right? Let's hit continue. And then there's some bug fixes, right? All right, so let's hit continue here. All righty, and the first thing I'll do is I'm going to go over to accounts. I'm going to go over to this Ethereum main where I have this Kick token that I really don't want to see anymore. Let's right click on the Kick token. Ah, there we go. Okay. So we just right click on it. We can hide it. We don't want to see it, right? You can restore their visibility at any times from settings. Okay. Interesting. So let's hit hide. Now let's go to settings. So in the settings and then the accounts tab is where we can manage these settings, right? So I've got Kick token here. Right, what about if I click that? Will that unhide it? Let's go back and see. Well, looks like it's still not. Okay, there it is. All right, so it came back. All right, so let's hide it again. Let's hide token. Then there. Okay, so it looks like in one account I chose to hide Kick tokens, and now they're not available. They're not. I can't see them in any of the accounts, which is fine. I don't want to have to go to each separate Ethereum wallet I have to deactivate a token I don't want to see. All right, so I've got my Ledger connected, and I'm going to go into the Ethereum app here. Let's go back over to accounts. Let's hit add accounts. And the reason that I'm doing that is I know there are some Ethereum accounts in here that have some zero balances on some of the tokens. All right, so as you can see, there were some accounts on my Ledger device that are not showing up in Ledger Live because I deleted them. I really didn't need to see them anymore. But we can use them. And it's interesting, the interface here, it tells you that there are 14 tokens, 8 tokens, mostly worthless, but at least I know, that those accounts are there. So I'm going to go ahead and add those two. Well, there'll be Ethereum 1 and Ethereum 2. Now let's just take a look at those. So Ethereum 1, okay, they're $0 balance, but the actual tokens themselves are higher than 0, right? The same with Ethereum 2, right? Got a couple of accounts with some tokens in them. All right, now let's go back over to the settings here, to accounts, and let's turn that feature off, right? I want to see the tokens with a 0 balance. So let's see if that is going to work for me. I don't think so. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So those are the tokens with a 0 balance. Now you may wonder, why would I even want to see them? you might, well, for one thing, they do have transaction histories, right? So I might need those for tax purposes because I did move these in and out at some point in the past, right? As you can see, I did this one this year. So I've been consolidating a little bit. So you might want to see your zero balances for that reason. Another reason you might want to have the zero balance showing is that just for your own sanity, you might want to maybe transfer some more in at a later date and know that they're already in there, right? Now, it's not strictly necessary. So, for example, let's say that I had this turned on, right, and I wasn't seeing the ZRX anymore. So the ZRX is not showing anymore. But let's just say that for whatever reason I wanted to buy some more ZRX and I wanted to specifically put them in this particular wallet. It might make me feel better to see that there's an empty balance in there, right? That, oh yeah, they're empty now because I sold some off, but I want to buy some more and put some more in there later. I might want to see them, right? But it's strictly not necessary to have them in there. If I simply transfer some ZRX tokens into this Ethereum address, right? All I need is the Ethereum address, right? That Ethereum address, if I were to send ZRX tokens to that Ethereum address, they would show up here, right? Because at that point, then they wouldn't be zero. So I could easily bring them in. But some people might want to have the old zero balances showing just, for their own informational purposes, but it's not necessary, right? So, and a lot of people may not want to see the ones with zero balance. As you can see, the Ethereum zero balances are still showing up, right? So, but it's a useful feature, right? That we can turn that behavior off if we want to, right? So if we go into accounts, we can hide zero balance tokens. If there's zero tokens in there, there's really no reason to see them in there except for those two cases that I mentioned, right? And then we want to be able to hide, but Kick token is not a zero balance. Kick token has 888,888 balance, right? But we don't want to see those because they're scam tokens. So we can easily hide those. We have much more control over our ERC20 tokens now and how they show up or not show up, right? So that's pretty cool. Now let's check out Tron, right? Now I already have the Tron app on my device because I have been managing Tron with the third-party Tron wallet, right? So if we look over here, all right, let's go over here and we'll see that. So I do have the Tron app on here, and like I said, I've been using the Tron Scan website to manage my Tron balance because Tron Scan was the only way to manage Tron when you have Tron stored on your Ledger, right? But now Ledger supports Tron directly. So let's go ahead and go into our Tron app. And now that we're in Tron app, we can get rid of this. We just need to be in the Tron app. Let's hit add account. And let's try Tron, right? T-R, ooh, there it is. Okay, so let's hit that. Let's hit continue. And let it search for Tron wallets. And boom, there we go. That's pretty cool. So it sees my Tron wallet that I had stored in my Ledger, right? The private keys for that Tron wallet. And it's also offering me the option of creating an empty Tron wallet, which I don't really want to do right now. And I can edit the title of this account right here in this interface. I can just take that one off. I really don't need to see it there. And look, it's telling me I've got 26 Tron tokens in this wallet. That's pretty cool too. Let's go ahead and hit add account here. And we'll close that. And boom, there we go. Now we can manage our Tron. Oh, and it's telling me how much it's worth. That's pretty cool. So it's going to go into my portfolio value, right? We'll go there. And there you can see Tron's in the list of my portfolio value. Not bad, right? Now let's check out this Tron a little bit. Let's show the tokens, right? And you can see that all of the Tron tokens that I have are basically worthless, right? But I think this BitTorrent should have some value. So I guess that Ledger doesn't fully support all the Tron tokens yet. right? It at least can show me the ones that I have. And like I said, most of these are worthless. They were just airdrops. But I believe I may have traded for some of them, like the Tron Watch Market. And I know I was getting airdrop BTT, BitTorrent, which does have a value. It's not much, right? But it does have a value, and Ledger Live is not showing it yet. So I guess they'll need to do some work. But Ledger Live is kind of like that with ERC20 tokens as well, right? So if you look, like for instance, Datacoin, I know Datacoin has a value, but Ledger Live doesn't support it yet. So apparently they're just not querying those exchanges that sell Datacoin. Or in the case of Tron, it's not querying any exchanges that support BitTorrent, which kind of weird, but that's the way it is, right? They may add support for pricing for BitTorrent down the road, right, as time goes by, because they do that with ERC20 tokens as well. But it's pretty cool. At least I can see what I've got, even though I can't see pricing for all the Tron tokens. But I can see my Tron balance and the US dollar value of that Tron. So pretty cool, right? So every day Ledger Live gets better, more versatile, more useful. They added support for ERC20 tokens a while back, which was really good. And now they've added support for Tron and within Ledger Live, and also showing their tokens. So things are really looking up for Ledger Live. So that's it. Those are the two main features. If there's any questions about anything I did, please throw them up in the comments and I'll do my best to get them answered. Don't forget I have a live stream twice a week. I do one on Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I do another one on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you got questions, join me on those live streams. You can throw them out and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, the news. I'll move crypto around. I hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.